Now, he's just enjoyed his 25th birthday, but Amir has told Granada Reports he intends to retire at 28. The Bolton boxer spoke as he came face-to-face with a man threatening to steal his world titles. His IBF and WBA light-welterweight belts are on the line against Lamont Peterson in Washington, D.C. this weekend. But his fans have travelled across the Atlantic to cheer him on, and Chris Hall's been with him too.
Sorry about that. Good evening, my fellow Americans. These are challenging times for the boy Khan. He needs a win, and not just a win, but a performance that will dazzle the citizens of the United States and set up his American dream. Can he do it? Yes, he can. So we're in the Champs hotel room on the eve of the fight. Be honest, has there been some tidying up done?
No, you know, this is the way it is. I'm a tidy guy. I like it nice and clean. Especially before I go to bed, you know, I need to make sure everything's in place and everything's clean.
I'm not convinced at all.
No, honestly, everything's clean. I mean, my mum's not been around, even though she's in the hotel as well. But no, keep it nice and clean.
Been talking for about 2 months now. I'm tired of talking. I'm ready to fight.
We know how good Lamont is. He's strong. He's only lost one fight in his whole career, and it's going to be a tough night, you know.
He's celebrating his 25th birthday, but the fight won't be a piece of cake. A draw with Khan's stablemate Victor Ortiz proved that Lamont Peterson can weather a storm. The media know it. Only a real muppet would doubt him. Is he expecting this one perhaps to go the distance this time?
Yeah, you know, this fight can go the distance. It just depends on how the first couple of rounds are. I'm going to feel him out a little bit, and then towards mid-rounds I'm going to put the pressure on him. I think if I do get a stopper, he'll be around mid or towards the end of the fight.
To gain that confidence, his training has gone old school. How hard is it to keep raising yourself for training, fight after fight after fight?
No, it's, you know, it's the same. I mean, I've always said I want to be the best ever, and to do that, you know, you have to keep on winning, and I've got all these challenges in front of me. Whoever I face trains as hard as me, so I have to train harder.
How's he looking, Freddie?
We've had a great training camp, maybe one of the best we've ever had.
What's your prediction for the fight night?
I like Amir to stop him in the late rounds. I think we'll be too strong for him and too quick.
You're a very attacking fighter by nature,
Yeah.
but as your opponent gets tougher and tougher, you're having to sometimes rein that in a little bit. How hard is it to do that when the red mist has descended and you're in the ring?
At times I have had a telling off in the corner because, I mean, you know, I've caught an opponent with a good shot and then I've tried to finish him off, and it might have been too early in the fight to finish an opponent off, and Freddie's come back to me and said, look, just calm it down a little bit and stick to your boxing. You know, that's just in my blood, I think.
There was a time when you thought you might be retiring about this age. How's the grand plan changed?
I mean, 28 I've always looked at, and I think 28 will be a perfect age for me. I mean, you know, I love boxing that much, you just never know. I might just stick, I might be still fighting at 30, 32. I want the super fights, and I want to be the first ever British fighter who holds a pound-for-pound title. But, you know, it's good to have a time scale. I've always said to myself I want to walk out the sport the way I walked in. So we'll just see how my body is.
Well, we don't want to see you retire too soon. You're giving us too much entertainment, mate, but good luck.
Thank you.
And let's hope you move up to 147 still as champion.
Definitely, you know, this is going to be a tough task, and, you know, I just want to thank all my fans out there in Britain who are supporting me and rooting for me, and I want to bring the belts back home for them.
So, the clock is ticking for Khan's career. Can he begin building his legacy? Or has the irresistible force found his immovable object? Chris Hall, Granada Reports, Washington.
Yeah, let's kick off tonight with news of IBF and WBA light-welterweight champion Amir Khan, who's in Washington to defend his world titles. It's a big night for him. He's determined eventually to become the first British boxer to be the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet, something his friends Ricky Hatton and Joe Calzaghe failed to do. To do that, though, he's got to get past perhaps his most extraordinary opponent. And a warning here, there are flashing lights in this next film. Amir Khan is a hard man with an even harder mission, and he's not letting anyone stand in his way.
But I need to win this fight to go on to bigger and better fights. I mean, I'm touching distance away from the super fights, the likes of Amir, where they're out there, and the big names. But I mean, things are going the right way.
To reach those super fights, Amir must dispatch Washington-based Lamont Peterson in his own backyard. Peterson is one of 12 abandoned at 6 by a drug-dealing dad and forced to sleep in bus shelters. As you'd expect of a man of few privileges, he's a man of few words.
He's been talking for about 2 months now. I'm tired of talking. I'm ready to fight.
I never go into a fight thinking I'm going to go and knock the guy out, but I don't see the fight going the full distance. I mean, I'm not saying a round or whatever, but you know, it's going to be his toughest test.
To win it, Amir's going to have to fight Peterson and his crowd.
He's strong. He's only lost 1 fight in his whole career, and it's going to be a tough night. You know, he's going to have a lot of support here, but I really think we'll have a lot more support.
The birthday boy, who was 25 yesterday, certainly had support when it came to making a wish. They might just have to match up the song, though. Yeah, well, good luck to Amir.